All right. Hello, everybody. Let's give a round of applause to me getting on my podcast for more than a whole month. I think it's been a month and a half since I've been absent. But as you well know, if you've been following me since I began this podcast, it's been a very long time since I've been able to get on and give you all the content that you definitely deserve to hear. Um, I hope everyone's been doing well. Let's talk about some astrology today. Today's Friday, April the 14th, 2023. I am Gems and Jewels Astrology, your host, and I hope each and every one of you have been in a space of calm. I don't even know if that's an understatement, right? Because being in a state of calm, wow, with all that has gone on in this world and around our personal lives, and it's been very, very hectic, guys. I have really been going through so much, the unbreaking of what is familiar and stepping into unknown territory. They go around in the spiritual community and they say, step into the unknown, step into things, step into what you don't know, step into the unknown, blah, blah, blah. That shit is real. They're not lying. When you really step into the unknown, you begin to unlock some potential, some opportunities that were not available to you in your familiar surroundings. So I want to talk about some of my things that I've been working on. I am an entrepreneur, so I've been going on and realizing that I have some gifts, some talents that would very much be beneficial for people of like mind to join and participate in with me on the journey. And I've been getting a lot of positive feedback. And I just want to let you guys know that, this season of us really honing in on what really matters to our evolution, to us evolving into something much better and bigger than what we could ever imagine. I want you all to understand that that is something that needs to be realized. And when I say realize, I mean you need to really get to the front seat of your reality and understand that if you are going through so much shit, like so much drama or so much uneasy or unrest, it is for a reason. It is, I mean, I've been listening to other channels and I've been listening to a lot of people. We're all on the same vibration and frequency. And we are understanding that there is a tearing apart or breaking away from what we once knew. I mean, it's very sad. It's not something that anyone wants to experience, when you're going through it. But when you're almost reaching the plight of, understanding of why you're having to do this, why you're moving forward, you get a whole new, brand new perspective. And I just want to let people know right now that although these things are happening, I want you all to be encouraged. I want you all to take life serious, but not too serious when you're honing in on specifically the details of everything, because how we want things to look and how we want them to be may not come out exactly the way we project. And it's not that we don't have strong projection, and it's not that we don't have strong thought, But the thing is that we're sharing our energy with the environment. We're sharing our energy with our family. We're sharing our energy with coworkers. We're sharing our energy with so much around us that there is going to be interference. There is going to be some distortion in what we truly want to see. So if we focus, that's why they said meditation is very vital and very key to manifesting, making sure you get what you exactly want, because distortion and interruptions within the thoughts patterns of how we think, this is closely tied to, keeping our company, keeping the people around us. If they're not of like mind, you have to keep them at bay, because they can distort and it can interrupt what we truly are wanting to project into reality. And so, I really do believe that there is a strong influence happening on our planet and in society as a whole, that so many people are wanting better for themselves. So many people are wanting a change to occur, but so many people are very lost, not because they want to be, it's because they don't have the right grouping or the right people around them to support them with the right information. So that's why I'm here. Gems and Jewels Astrology. If you are into astrology, if you are one of those who are starstruck, and I'm not talking about celebrities, but I'm talking about cosmic information, cosmic intelligence. If you're into anything dealing with cosmic behavior, then this is the right podcast for you. I am here to help you align with your own birth chart, with your own star, with your own path, with who and what you were created to be. And that doesn't have anything to do with color. I am an African American woman who truly believes in the stars and truly believes that the stars are a map and a guide for us to follow while we're here on this planet of beautiful and of beautiful things and lovely things. I am not one of those people who wants to get off the planet. I don't believe in that doctrine or philosophy. I believe that the universe created this place for us to enjoy and created this place for us to discover our own power. And in that power, while we're discovering all of that, we unlock abilities within our own selves that I don't think another planet would probably be able to house that sort of intelligence or that capability. So I'm all for planet Earth over here at Gems and Jewels Astrology. I am a Earthling. I love the Earth. I love planet Earth. I love this place and I love our solar system because as above, so below, we have the information that is omitting from the planets, from the stars, and they're giving us the information or the frequency for us to travel, right? To travel and to experience life through different life forms, different people, different experiences, of course. So I want people to be aware of their own path, their own star. And because we are going through such a huge shift and because we're moving through the cosmos at warp speed, I know people probably don't believe that, but we are moving. We are not still. We're moving through the cosmos. And because we're moving and we're getting closer and closer and closer to the nebula, to the center of our galaxy, I want people to know that we are supported by forces that are not necessarily, seen with the naked eye, but they're felt deeply on a soul level. And this is why, like I said, I come on here and I talk astrology, because astrology is the only science to me, to me. I'm not talking about anyone's philosophy or doctrine of what they believe in. I'm not here for that. But to me, on a personal level, because I've done the work and I've done a lot of research as to how the planets align with our experience here. And because I've done so much work on myself, I want to help other people discover that same power within themselves, right? Within the spectrum of who and what they are. Again, not dealing with race, not dealing with color, not dealing with the whole limited limited mind of the monkey mind or the monkey brain. I'm not dealing with that. This is something, astrology is more of a spiritual science. It deals with the astral realms. Astral means star, okay? It's astrology, astral projection, and all of that. That has to do with star intelligence, okay? Planets, our very sun, okay, which is a huge star in our solar system, and that we are orbiting around each and every day. Okay. And no one really wants to give the sun credit. Like, we're going to talk about what the sun is, because all types of religions, they worship the sun indirectly by anthropomorphizing it, I guess, making it a man. Some people make it a woman, some people make it whatever. But it is anthropomorphized. But actually, if you really take a look at it from an astrological level of intelligence, we are definitely in all religions. We're talking about our father, our mother, our source, or I hear people say source, we're talking about the sun. The sun is giving light and shedding light on all of us, no matter if we're good or bad or evil or whatever. It rises and it sets every single day. And it has been doing that before we were even thought of, and before we were even a figment of an imagination in our own minds or in our parents' minds. That sun that we witness and bear witness to every single day is here for the evolution and the sustainability of life. And one day we're going to talk deeply about what the sun represents and how it it correlates to our experience here on planet Earth. But today we're going to talk about Mercury retrograde. Now, I'm not really sure, okay? I'm not really sure how many people know about Mercury retrograde. And if you are listening to this channel, I just want to make sure that you have some awareness of star information or star planetary information, because Mercury is a very important planet in our solar system, okay? And it is the third planet from the sun. Now, anything closest to the sun, that is the most influenced, okay? Any planet that is close in proximity of our sun, that sun I just spoke on briefly, um, that energy is very pronounced in our lives, okay? As above, so below. So, when we have Mercury retrograde, we have a planet that is slowing down its orbit or its movement or its motion. We have a planet that is going to bring us back into a period where we can finish things and we can rest and we can observe. It's not a time to do things, um, to do anything new. You will hear that from other astrologers, or you'll hear that from spiritualists, you'll hear it from a lot of people. but it's true. And if the reason why it's true, if something is slowing its orbit, if something is slowing down, um, it's wanting you to do a lot of reflection. It's wanting you to decompress. Okay, decompress. Okay, so it wants you to become a little smaller, not be as large as you would normally be in your communication, but your communication can slow down. Okay, you can hear, you can when you're speaking, you can notice sometimes that your speech may be slowed or slurred. It's not that you're sick or you're having some medical problem, not necessarily, but energetically, everyone's communication is going to be slow. And so, with this happening, we oftentimes we go through technological interferences, okay, because Mercury not just rules our communication style as a human, but it rules technology as well. And it rules everything of how frequency travels, and it rules how communication is received from one thing to another, okay, whether it is animalistic, human, technological, meaning AI. All these things are affected, and it's not that, um, it's going or moving backwards. You will hear people say, oh, Mercury retrograde means the planet is going backwards. It's not going backwards. Again, it's slowing down. Okay. And it's slowing down its transit. And when we deal with astrology, we deal with the zodiac signs, and we deal with the behavioral analysis of what the planets effect is on the Pacific zodiac sign. The zodiac is likened into a clock, just like we have a clock that has the hour, the minutes, the seconds. That clock that we all, like to, you know, look at and stare at, especially when we're at work. Like, when is it gonna be 5 o'clock? Anyway, that clock is closely related and closely tied to the zodiac. Okay, it is actually a replica of the zodiac because we have 12 zodiac signs. We have 24 hours in a day, and we have 12 zodiac signs. Okay, and so we do correlate all these things in the right perspective of time. There is no time, and I know people have heard that, but there really isn't time. Okay, especially when you get into spiritual sciences and you're starting to use spiritual tools to get things that you need. And like I said, you go do your astrology chart, and you get your birth chart read, and you start following your own clock and your own time. You find out that there really isn't any time. And the time that we are basing our reality on is the time that has been given to us based on commerce, which is money and economics. And we have created that time for the purposes of that. Okay. But if we took away commerce, the money and the economic intelligence of our society, we would not have such a fast paced, moving, energetic frequency. Things would be slower. And, I want to say they wouldn't be dull, but it just would be, you'll have more time, respectively. Um, right now, there could be that we don't have a lot of time because we're moving so fast and communicating so fast. And so, since we have Mercury retrograde is going to slow time. We're going, and we just got into the spring. Okay, this spring season has come upon us, and we're grateful. And we're going to be going into the summer solstice, where we're going to gain more time, and it's going to get longer. And anything that begins, with a lot of vibrational frequency and energy of, heat. okay, because things are getting warmer, it kind of can slow down what we are doing in such a way that we're able to complete things and get things done without having to rush. And so, with Mercury retrograde getting underway here on April 21st, okay, write that down if you're into star knowledge again and star intelligence. Um, April 21st, Mercury retrograde will be in the sign of Taurus. Now, let me tell you guys, Taurus is already a zodiac sign that is slow. It's not a fast zodiac sign, okay? It's not, if you know a Taurus, if you've had a Taurus, it's ruled by Venus. It likes to really take its time in doing things because it deals with the five senses. It deals with the sensuality of our life, of our experience here as a human being. And it doesn't have a lot of that hustle and bustle. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It likes the stability. It's an earth sign. So with Mercury here, right? Mercury is going to allow us to slow down in our everyday lives of business and money matters. And it's not going to give us that energy of, oh my God, I got to get to the bag, I got to make this happen, I got to do this. It wants you to go over the things you've already started pertaining to business, pertaining to your money. This is not the time to borrow money, guys. As you can see, banks are failing. Or actually, they're getting rid of small banks, and it's so sad because we've been in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde for now about 2 weeks, and now I say, it's upon us. Next week we'll have it, April 21st, but this is so. It just breaks my heart because I heard the news about the founder of Cash App being stabbed to death. Now, this happened during Mercury shadow period. Now, he was a major part and key player in every aspect of communicating with money. He founded an app so that you can transfer money fast, right? You can transfer money with little to no fees. At first, it was little to no fees, right? Now it's expensive a little bit. But it was an awesome way to exchange funds by using a third party. And so he he passed away unfortunately due to a stabbing that took place in San Francisco. Why am I saying this? I'm saying this because during Mercury retrograde and during the shadow period, and because this happened, with Mercury being in Taurus. Taurus rules money. It rules the second house of the zodiac wheel. It rules how you're going to get money in your entire life. That's why I ask people, make sure you get a birth chart reading. Because by getting a birth chart reading, you'll know how your money's going to be in this lifetime. Are you going to have money or are you not going to have money? And if if you're needing help, how to manage money, all these things can be answered by getting a birth chart reading. I digress though. So this individual, Mercury is currently at 15 degrees. Um, it's currently at 15 degrees in Taurus right now. And it's so sad that this founder was murdered. And I think it's sending a message to us for those who have a spiritual eye. It's sending a message to us that no matter how big you get, no matter how financially stable you become, there is always something out there that wants to take it away from you. It wants to destroy it in some weird way. And, you know, it happened so suddenly, this occurrence. And with Mercury about to retrograde on the 21st, be careful, guys, of how if you're investing in, all types of stock, real estate, whatever you're doing with your money, take the necessary precautionary measures to identify what is good and what is not for the positioning of your financial stability. Okay, because this is what this retrograde is going to definitely, eh, talk about. This is what everyone's going to have money on their minds. And um it's not a time to make irrational decisions. We have the sun right now is in the sign of Aries, um getting ready to go into Taurus next week. you know with the sun being in Aries, Aries is a very aggressive aggressive sign. Aries, if you know an Aries, you know that these people they can't sit down. These are your ADHD, okay? And we all have this in our charts. Wherever Aries is in your chart, that's where you have the most ADHD. Okay, so don't feel bad. But it's not just ADHD, it's about leadership. It takes authority over everything. It doesn't wait for people, things, or situations to bloom. It really just goes, it's a risk taker. So, with the sun in Aries and Mercury in Taurus, a lot of people are going to be aggressively, if you're in finance and business, they're going to be pounding you with, let's get the projects done. Let's get this money deal closed and da 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 da. But I am urging you all. This is why I wanted to come on today, briefly. I want to urge you all to be very careful as to how that energy is going to affect you long term. Okay, because even though Aries, like that energy takes precedence of leadership, aggressiveness, it's direct, it doesn't play games, it wants what it wants at the time it wants it. Um, Even though we're in that energy right now, but with Mercury retrograding in Taurus next week, and we'll be in Taurus season next week. This week, I want you guys to be very, very clear and very, very aware of how we move our financial, and be aware of our financial health. Okay, and I want you to be able to be aware of how you move your funds and investments, and making sure that the right investment gives you long-term success. It's not going to, listen, short-term success is great, but it's great only when you have done your research, making sure that these things don't come back to, bite you in the ass. Okay, so Mercury retrograde will also bring past lovers back. Now, if you already broke up with someone a few weeks, few months ago, year ago, and you know that this person is not good for you, you know that this person doesn't mean you well, because Taurus deals with love. Venus rules Taurus. Taurus likes relationships. It likes the family. It's family oriented. It deals with, along with Libra, because Venus rules Libra as well. But Taurus deals with the unit, the family unit, and it also deals with the structure of how relationships are put together. And if you were in a relationship that wasn't very healthy for your stability, I'm just thinking about stability right now. If it wasn't stable, if it was on and off again, 1 minute they love you, the next minute is, oh, I want to break up. If these people, it is going to be a test. It's going to know you, and it's not really them. I always teach people, happens, it's really not the actual person. It's the energy of the frequency that's coming back, that they may have been, somewhat entertaining at the time you were together. It's not really genuine, right? And this is why I advise people to be very cautious when taking people back. I've heard People write to me and say, "Can you please help me get my boyfriend back, my girlfriend? Can you help me get my husband back?" And I'm like, "No." No. Um it's just when something dies, when something goes away, when something is broken, you know, it's broken for a reason. It tears up for a reason. We don't like the outcome of it. We don't like the feeling because we're human, but things sometimes need us to move on. It needs us to move forward. Now, if these people come back, I want you all to not be upset about it or the interaction they have with you. And you be the determining factor of whether this person deserves a second chance. I'm not saying that no one deserves a second chance. All right. But if it was unstable, it 9 times out of 10 is going, and it's in Taurus. We got Mercury retrograding in Taurus. Taurus is a very stable sign. It's very structured. All the earth signs are. A little bit of Virgo. Virgo can be a little mutable, meaning it changes its mind at will. So, but it's still structured. It has a little bit of a structure. But Capricorn and Taurus, when you deal with relationships on those levels, it's not for play, right? And for these people who come back in your life wanting a second chance, and they're doing it in Mercury retrograde with Taurus energy, and their behavior was not stable before, I just want you guys to be aware. Don't, do not engage on the level of, "Oh my God, yeah, you can come back," or, "Oh my God, girl, yeah, you can come over." Have some dignity and integrity about the relationship, because right now, guys, in this dispensation of time in our society, with all that's going on, we really don't have enough energy to entertain inconsistent behavior. We don't really have that. Um, we really don't have that. We don't. We don't. We don't have the affordability to. We can't afford it, right? It's very expensive to entertain people who are not consistent. Here's a story I want to share with you guys too. So I think it was a soccer player. Don't get me wrong. Don't judge me on the facts, because I try to keep up with the news. I do. I try to keep up with everything that's going on, but sometimes I may get names misconstrued, whatever. But there was a soccer player that just, his wife is, okay? And we're in the shadow period. She just filed for divorce, right? And she filed, but she did not know, dealing with money matters, right? Um, she filed divorce from her husband. He's wealthy. He's a wealthy soccer player. And she found out recently that she's not getting anything. She's not getting a dime of his assets. And if she is, it's probably like 10% or something, very low. He put all his assets in his mother's name. Now, this man is a genius because he had a suspicion. He had some suspicion that she was definitely in it to gain some type of financial support, and it wasn't genuine. And he discovered this, and he definitely made a very intelligent money move. Now, what if he had allowed his feelings and emotions to get the best of him, when to come in and just destroy everything he worked so hard for? He would be out of a lot of money. And he had some suspicions. And this is what Mercury retrograde does. It allows you to go over the details of your relationships, of your financial partnerships, of your finances. It allows you to get in a position to close things that were no longer serving you and that were not good for you to begin with. So I want you all to be very careful in the decisions and be very practical this season during this time. Be practical. What does practicality mean? Practicality means I'm going to take a good look at what is logical, what matters the most for the decisions that I choose to entertain. Is it going to benefit me and bring me peace? Or is it going to bring me anxiety? Like, let's take something, for example. You're going on a trip. You're going to be gone for 3 days, right? And you're packing all this stuff. You're packing like you're going to be gone for 2 weeks. That's not practical. Take what you need. That is what Mercury retrograde in Taurus is telling us. Take what you need from what has been given to you and use it appropriately with integrity so that you are not overwhelmed by the influx of communication and interruptions and interferences that may come up. You're very stable in your thinking. Mercury rules how we think. It rules how we think. It rules how we communicate. It rules how, our intelligence level. Wherever you have Mercury in your chart. See, this is going to oppose me. Okay. I have Mercury in Scorpio. So I'm more of a very deep, and I mean deep, deep, deep communicator. I am so not a surface person. This is why I can't, like I said, get with the whole movies, get with the whole fairy tales, and I'm too deep. I get, my communication can be very, I'm more of a dark night of the soul. Mercury and Scorpio. I'm the person that'll walk people in the dark. If you're in the darkness, you're going through a hard time, trauma, drama, whatever, I'm the girl for you. I'm the one that's going to give you clarity, give you some type of encouragement, and walk through with you in the dark with the demons, with those, taboo subjects, that people on the surface, they're not going to talk to you about, So this energy is going to oppose me. No one's going to want to hear me talk about deep subjects. So I'm going to have to talk about current events. I'm going to have to be a little surface. I'm going to have to be a little more practical. I'm going to have to be relatable because sometimes Mercury in Scorpio is not relatable because like I said, we're in a deep part of the water, almost where the submarines travel if you're talking about the ocean. And no one's going deep down in there. Nobody's about to go. You need an oxygen tank for sure. No one's gonna, want to hear it. So I have to be very careful, even in my own personal life this season. Be very careful as to how I project myself. Okay, to the public. I do run businesses. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm a social media influencer. I'm going to have to, my posts are going to have to be relatable. My posts are going to have to be more, based on practicality, maybe some how to do's. Mercury in Taurus is all about how to's, step one, step two, step three, and a lot of people love that stuff. Like I said, I'm the opposite. My Mercury is going to oppose this. I don't do step one, step two, step three. I give you the hard code facts of life, and I want you to see the reality and the depth of what's hidden. And that's why I am who I am. I am an astrologer. That astrology deals with occult science. It deals with things that are hidden. A lot of people are not into astrology, right? Because they're like, I don't care what's influencing me. I don't care that the stars are doing anything. Yeah, that's fine. But for people who care about it, I was put on this earth for those people. And I love what I do. I love this science. I love who I am. But I have to follow the rules, and I have to have integrity, and I have to live responsibly with the information that I project and what I put out. And so, with that being stated, this Mercury retrograde, I will have to learn how to speak with a more practical, with more engagement, being a little more human. Because I'm an Aquarius moon, by the way. If you all have Arrow, if you're just joining my podcast and you don't know anything about me, I am an Aquarius moon, and it does have an effect on on the way I think, and the way I talk and communicate. So uh I can talk a lot of cosmic gibberish and people are like, what are you? What are you talking about? But it's going to square Taurus. Aquarius and Taurus do not get along. Those are two signs that are not very friendly. However, I have to learn how to get along within myself because I have a Aquarius moon and I have Taurus energy as well. And I have to learn how to balance that in such a way where I don't go too cosmic on people. That's what I'm telling you guys. If you're into star intelligence or star information, and if you have a lot of Aquarius vibes, you have a lot of Scorpio energy, you have a lot of this outer space mind, or you have a lot of this spirituality, Taurus season and the Mercury retrograding in Taurus is not going to necessarily benefit you in these type of topics. It's going to need you to, if you're going to talk about it in such a way that your audience, that um your followers or whatever, they have a practical way of applying your spiritual information. And that's what is needed. I love this time. I think I'm going to enjoy it because I think I've mastered a lot of these qualities in myself. And I've learned how to just, go with the integrity of our transits when these transits happen. Um, I want to be very diplomatic, if you will, in understanding everyone's feelings, everyone's perspectives. And I don't want to just make it about me. I don't want it to be about what I believe. I want to be able to have a dialogue with everyone on various levels of comprehension. So that's all I have for you all today. I'm so happy to be back, you guys. I don't know when the next time I'm coming on. I used to come on every day, twice a day. I think I did 6 a.m. and then again 6 p.m. And my son is autistic, bless his beautiful soul. He is the most beautiful child, and he keeps me busy. He unfortunately was diagnosed with autism in January. But he's getting the help he deserves. I am a very proud parent. I usually don't toot my own horn, but I'm very proud of myself that I got my son the necessary help and therapy that he needs and is going to continue to get. And I'm happy that there is progress being made, but he is autistic. And we're going to talk about autism on this channel because autism is closely related to the age of Aquarius, which deals with star information. And we're going to talk about how autism and what autism means in our society as we are going through the age of Aquarius. And because we're in the age of Aquarius, what type of strange and different disabilities. And I don't like to call it disabilities. I just like to call it strange and unknown and different. And I don't think it's a disability, but I know we got to call it. This is where Taurus comes in. We have to call it what it is in our society so that people they will understand the practicality of everything. So you see how I talk, you see how it can just come out at any time. You can't just say, you just can't say, no, they're really cosmic. They're cosmic beings from another star system. You really can't say that in Taurus season. You really can't say that with Mercury in Taurus. You have to communicate directly and with, you know, with a physical outlook, meaning what? Being practical. So in that sense, they're having a disability. But anyway, I digress. I want you guys to join me when I come on here. I hope you all enjoyed this build. I hope you all enjoyed the conversation of what I had to deliver based on based on the information that was given. And I just want you all to be encouraged. I think there's a guest. Let me see. And if you're coming in before I click, hopefully it's a astrology question. If it's not an astrology question, if it has nothing to do with astrology, I really can't because I do have to have another engagement on another platform I gotta get to. So I am gonna click the link real quick, but please make sure it's on topic and let's go.
Hello,
Hello, how are you?
how are you? My name is Sahara Samuels. How are you? My name is Sahara.
Zahara, that's beautiful name. How can I help you today?
I'm asking a question about reading. Do you do reading?
Readings, I do astrology readings. I'm an astrologer, so I do natal chart readings. That's different from a tarot reader. That's different from a person who does palm readings. There's so many readings out there. I'm the type of person who does birth chart readings. So that means
I'm a
what?
Leo. I'm a Leo, August 22nd.
Okay, Leo, August 22nd. Well, actually, you are a Virgo, not a Leo, but
Oh,
you,
I didn't
but
know that.
yes, because you were born August, you're on the cusp. So you're somebody that we would say you're born on the cusp. So that means you're born right when the zodiac sign is changing into another zodiac sign. But I will tell you, you have a lot of Leo energy because you went through the whole month of August. So while you were in your mom's womb, you were picking up all of the Leo environment, all the Leo energy. And when you came out August 22nd, boom, you were just at the very end because we changed August 21st. So when you say you're a Leo, that's what you really feel like, don't you? I know you feel like you're a Leo. Leo is
Yes,
very
because I'm born
outgoing.
8/22. Like my age, 22 years old, but 8/22. That's when I was born.
Okay, 822. Yeah, you're Leo. I mean, you're a Virgo, but you have Leo quality, and Leos are very outgoing. They have to have a lot of that star quality. So if you are like always in the spotlight sometimes in your family, in your friend circle, whatever, and people gravitate to you, you have a lot of light energy, okay? And so, but by you being a Virgo and going into the next zodiac sign, Virgo is not more so into the limelight, okay? They're more so into, routine, a lot of routine, like doing the things over and over again, making things sure things are organized, making sure things you pay attention to the details of stuff. They're your analytical people. Do you have a routine that you follow, and if it gets um kind of off, how do you feel about that?
When my routine gets off, I always remind myself to continue to do it. Like I get up in the morning, I go to wisdom, I talk with my listeners. That's on the routine. Get up and eat, talk about random topics, watch TV, talk with my family, and sometimes I go to work. I go to work, excuse me, not sometimes. I go to work but I'm sick right now, so my boss said I could call off and have a day off for a week because I've been sick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So usually, a Virgo is always going to have a job. First of all, because like I said, they represent the routine of life. They're the ones who, if their routine is interrupted in any way, it can kind of affect their emotional health. And so, what I do with Virgos, I try to help a Virgo understand that when their routine is interrupted or if they're not able to keep on task, that it's okay to, kind of like you're saying, you're sick right now and you're not feeling well because you've been working, and this is a time right now your body is probably telling you as a Virgo to take care of your health, to not only take care of your health because Virgo rules health. A lot. I My son is a Virgo, and it's funny that you would call in because I just told my son, he's 21. I just told him, I said, hey, you are a Virgo. You're responsible for your health. You got to be responsible for your health because if you don't, right, you're going to reap the consequences of that. And I want you to definitely take advantage of, doing the right thing with your health, getting the right screening, getting the right rest. Okay, Virgo, I need you to rest, right? You can't keep going because you will get burned out and it will cause a lot of frustration. But you did come here with a lot of Leo energy. You came here with a lot of energy where people just naturally gravitate to you, and by you being born I was born at the end of the month as well. See, I'm an October. Yeah, I went through all that Libra energy and then I popped out November 1st. So it's just like, I have a lot of Libra energy. I like to talk. I love relationships. But then when that Scorpio comes in, it doesn't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered. I don't want a relationship. I don't want any of that. I just, I want to be in my whole recluse, right? So I always like to help my cusp babies, those born at the end of the month, definitely help you guys kind of balance your energy, making sure that you use all of it, right, for your benefit. Did you have another question?
No, I just want to continue. I want you to continue to do what you do
Thank
and
you.
everything.
Well, I want you to follow me if you're not already following me, and if you hear me, please follow me. I'm going to try to
Sure, we
come.
are doing it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to come on regularly. I do, like I said, have an autistic baby. He's 2 years old, and he, is the highlight of my life right now. And he's a Virgo too. All my boys, I have three boys. They're all Virgos, and I love Virgos. I love you guys. I love you guys. Oh, I love you guys to life. Um, but I he He's very routine. Everything is routine with him, and he's at daycare today. So that's why I was able to come on and get some free time to do what I like doing, and that is helping people. That is talking about astrology. But those are the type of readings I do. I don't do tarot readings. I don't do spiritual readings. Although I do know how to do all those things, I am more of a astrologer reader. I like to get your birth chart and help you go over what you came here with. You have a lot of power that you came here with, and an astrologer is someone who can help you tap into that power so you don't have to follow someone else's narrative. You don't have to follow someone else's beat. And with you having a lot of Leo energy, Leos don't follow anybody. They're very self-aware and self-confident. But you guys have, you guys got the juice on that. But there's other things about you that could be that could help you. And if you get a birth chart reading, and I'll inbox you if you have a message on here, I'll show you how to do that. And if you go and click on the website in the description box there, you can actually get your birth chart read right now. And if you have any
Okay.
questions, you just, all you got to do is inbox me, right? And you say, hey, why do, my moon is in Pisces. So what does that mean? My Mercury is in Cancer. What does that mean? These are the questions I, as a astrologer, who does readings, astrological readings, this is what our job is. It's just to do an analytical psychoanalysis of what your chart says. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense, right? So that's pretty much what I do. Okay. I thank you for joining and coming on. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. I want to let you know I'm also a caregiver too, and I help the elderly. And I want to continue to let you know that you can continue to be like me, like help the people. Continue doing that. When I heard you say that, I want to applaud you because
Thank
that's
you.
great. Girl, you deserve it. You
Thank
deserve it.
you, sister. And that's funny you said that because I have my own caregiving business. I'm an entrepreneur. All of my businesses are home based. You know why though? It's because I'm a Cancer. I'm a Cancer rising at 29 degrees. That's the highest degree that a person can have Cancer energy. And I was born in with Cancer, out of the fourth house. But it's in Scorpio. That's another topic we'll talk about. But I have a lot of Cancer energy. You may have a lot of Cancer energy too. A lot of people who do caregiving, taking care of people. Virgo and Cancer are the zodiac signs that does a lot of care. Okay, they deal with caregiving, taking care of elderly people, taking care of sick people. We are the ones, right?
Right.
I used to be a nurse. I used to work. I'm in Georgia. I'm from Atlanta. Well, I'm not from Atlanta, but I lived in Atlanta for 16 years, and I used to work in a hospital, and I have always taken care of people. So thank you for, definitely making sure that, I keep with that type of skill. Well, guys, that's it for me today. I thank you for joining in. I thank you guys for listening. I do have to get going and to get my son, but I want you all to be encouraged during this Mercury retrograde. If you have any questions, if you have any concerns, please inbox me. Leave an email. The information is on my website. I would love to talk to you. I would love to answer any questions. And this has been Gems and Jewels Astrology. And I bid you all a good day.